Alright, guys, it's time for PiGFest's final tie-breaking qualification match between Creator in the bottom left and YOUNGYAKOV in the top right. Yakov comes in as a big underdog, but part of me hopes another Zerg can qualify, because so far we had, I think, three Zerg invites? Four Zerg invites, Serral, Raynor, Shin, and Solar. We had a few Protoss, 3 Protoss, and 5 Terran invited. So I was hoping, okay, hopefully we get a few more Protoss and Zerg, and it balances out, and we get, like, you know, really even overall on the numbers. But so far we've had Percival, a Terran player qualify, Showtime, a Protoss player, and who is our other one, guys? So we've had those two, Showtime, oh damn, Percival. Wait, who else qualified from the second qualifier? It was Showtime and Nightmare, right? So that's 2 Protoss, 1 Terran. So yeah, so I'd love to have a Zerg join in, because then that would balance things out. It would be like 6-5-5, just 1 more Terran than the other 2. But I think I'm pipe dreaming here, just because obviously Creator is very solid. And Creator, I don't know where he's at in PvZ. I saw him get super tilted playing against Percival. Percival qualified over Creator the other day, and Creator easily could have won that series, but he stopped upgrading on 2-1 upgrades and just completely forgot about upgrades and kept A-moving his army through Liberators and Bio. And like, he had multiple fights where he was just chasing Bio, and his Colossus weren't attacking at all. The Bio was just stutter stepping away, and Terran had 3-3, and he had 2-1, and he had like 6 bases versus 3.5 or something, but he just threw so many armies away. It was really, really bad. Pig, you should just invite Rogue. It's your tournament. Well, I would love Rogue to play. Rogue's really good at StarCraft, and I never know what his form is. And, you know, recently he got invited to a show match over a big tournament in China. And yes, he crushed that show match against Oliveira, but I didn't really know what his form was like. And, you know, he was on the edge. I think, like, if he was doing just a little bit better, I would have invited him, but I figured he was going to qualify. And unfortunately, he did get reversaled in that qualification match. And he didn't play this qualifier. He only played this was actually the first qualifier. We're just playing the tiebreaker a few days later. And he only played the second one, unfortunately. So it is what it is. But Yakov comes in as an underdog. Good aggressive Zerg. Creator's incredibly defensive. And he's one of the few players who loves playing charge instead of blink. But he'll do like Void Ray into triple Oracle. And then he'll play like Sentry Immortal Charge. So he's like, sometimes Creator will have so many tech units and utility tools, but what he does by doing all that is he massively delays getting an easy to use army. So Creator will have these moments in the game where he has like 1 Void Ray here, 3 Oracles on the map, 2 Adepts trying to shade in, 1 Sentry and 2 Immortals at home, but like his actual Storm and high Immortal count and Archons and like the army that you can kind of just attack move and do well with is so very delayed. And that's one of the weaknesses of Creator, is he will embrace difficult situations. He'll put himself in the hardest possible position you can be in as a Zerg player, and just kind of say, that's fine, I'll handle things well under pressure. But every time I watch Creator, it's kind of like he's putting himself in a knife's edge, almost unnecessarily. Like the situations that I try to avoid, like the Plague in this matchup, he will go straight towards. And look at this, Oracle into Void Ray. Who does this? Creator's going to do it. He's like, he's happy to commit to it. It's all about efficiency. Just maintain your units. If you can avoid losing any units, that's going to be great. And the Adept does maintain the position. 1 Adept goes down, but for 5 Zerglings is a perfectly fine trade. Oh, but losing the next one will be rough. Look at that. Nice play for Creator, who for Yakov, sorry. Yakov also delayed his third a little bit. Only went down to about 245. Oracle can't find any damage just yet. 3rd and 4th gas and a Robo is what I expect next for Creator. He also might build 1 more Oracle. She does. Probe's going to go down on the 3rd base. Nice move for Yakov. Oracle comes in. Whoa! That's a crazy call. Stasis Trap on the face of those Queens. Does actually get them, though. If he had more energy, he could now kill the drones, but Pylon has fallen as well. Wow, Yakov's getting some really good value. So here's that extra Oracle I was talking about, guys. Where is the 4 gas? There it is. And a Robo next. Yeah, this is the classic Creator PvZ. He's the only player who plays like this. No one else plays this style. We're casting this one off replays, guys. These guys played this last night, I believe. Roaches and Lings coming in. 34 drones only. Dude, this is a shocking all-in. There is a Void Ray which should be able to defend this, but Creator needs to defend his wall off. He needs to wall off right now. Creator, does he not realize what's happening? His Void Ray's out on the side of the map. Oh, a shocking surprise attack here for Yakov is going to get inside the base. But honestly, I think with so much Oracle energy, this is the sort of build that Creators should be good against. But he's already lost all of his gateway units. Oh my. Those 2 gateways are going to get depowered as well. No wall off. Once the Lings are inside, you are in big trouble. Another Oracle's about to arrive. Energy recharge has already been used. These probes need to run to the main, man. Another Oracle comes down. It turns on. And you know what? Eight probes go down. I think that's a good enough hold. I think that's a good enough hold there for Protoss. He's still got Immortals building on this backup pylon. That Immortal can seal the wall. He's got his 3rd Nexus up. He's still got 3 Oracles and a Void Ray. And like I said, Oracle 3 Void Ray are so expensive on the anti-air. But it does give him a lot of insurance against these sorts of build orders. And Yakov might be better off going a bit more economic and maybe hitting like a 60 drone timing with Hydras or something. I think that's the sort of build Creator might struggle with. Is if you rock up with like 12 Hydras with movement speed, 40 Zerglings, that's the sort of attack around 6.5 minutes that could get him. What about Shin? He's really rocking it lately. Yeah, I expect great things out of Shin. I think there's fan favorite-wise, people would probably prefer Rogue over Shin, but I think Shin is a bit more capable of those really top-level upsets than Rogue usually. I mean, it obviously depends. People will always give Rogue a lot more credits for his victory than Shin because he's more stylish and clever in how he does it. But Shin has always been a player who finds a way to leverage clever build orders and strategy rather than anything else. And PiGFest, we really focus on best of 7s and all that sort of stuff. And we can see how we do it. Spire in the back. Oh, hello. Against the charge build. Not a bad call. Oracles don't shoot up. Zealots and Immortals don't shoot up. Queen's going to push back Creator's Void Ray on this side. And this is the only Creator does this pressure, guys. Look at this. He's like, here's 4 Stalkers, 2 Zealots, 2 Sentries, and an Immortal. And he's just trying to force Yakov to build a lot of ground units. And the Oracles can beat these ground units. Oh, okay. Oh, the Sentry gets focused. Both Sentries get focused. Great play there for Yakov. The Oracles, I think, get beaten by these Queens as well. Good pushback for Yakov so far. Spire's almost done. He's got to keep that 4th base alive. Yakov would love to kill that 4th base. Where's the Void Ray? It went down, hey? The Void Ray did go down. Queens are here. And Creator stays way too long. Bit of a pipe dream thinking he could kill that hatchery. That was never going to work. These units getting chased home by a Zergling or 2. Few Roaches are on the warpath. Got to get these guys out of there, man. There's Roaches right behind you. Creator, careful, bro. Might be worth recalling. Might be worth recalling. His army's very small right now. And losing those 2 sentries was actually very rough. Air attacks is on the way. Yakov is not going to rush Mutas. He's going to take the gases, drone up his 4th, and then build the Mutas. Problem is this Observer. This Observer is going to see so much. Let's go. I mean, he sees 8 gas. He sees a lot of Roaches. This is a very well disguised Muta build. We're on Creator's camera. Mutas are popping in about 8 seconds. And we're on Creator's camera. He has no idea. He's building 1 cannon and a Phoenix. Oh, he might realize. He hasn't seen Banelings or Hydras. So that's why he's starting to suspect. He's like, So actually, he's building a Phoenix. Mutas are popped. He sees him. He sees him. He sees the Mutas. Okay, he sees the Mutas. Immediately, he chronos Phoenix behind this. Does Creator. He's going to make an Archon in the main as well. Storm does get contaminated. But I think with an Archon here, as long as he morphs it, Creator's got to remember to morph that Archon. He should be okay. He hasn't remembered to morph the Archon. That's a big problem. Big problem. There we go. Okay, it does start to morph. Got to keep the Phoenix alive. You don't want to be losing that Phoenix. A little bit of a mistake here for Creator. The Mutas are going to find it. And already a Phoenix going down. One of the most important anti-Mutalisk units here. Already falling Lings and Roaches on the right side, getting ready to come in. Archon's in big trouble, man. Archon gets focused down there. Mistake for Creator. And now Creator losing his Phoenix, losing his Stalker as well. Oh my god, Templar Archives might go down before Storm is done. 13 seconds till Storm is done. The ground attack gets shut down. Oh, but it looks like with Stalker Warpins and another Phoenix coming in, Yakov may have to run away. Gets himself another Phoenix, and he's taking out so many Stalkers, though. These trades are pretty good for a Yakov on 72 workers. Then again, Zealots and the Prism inside his main base. Oracles and Zealots chasing his Roaches as well. Queen's going down, his main base mining going down. The Mutas are continuing to trade. He's got 12 Mutas, picking off 2 more Stalkers. It looks like he's going to go home and try to get his house in order now, as these units do back away as the dust settles. 1,000 resource better trading for Creator, and he has a 4th base up. But a gas muter with a 5th base coming up. If he can get this mining back up in the main, which he's doing now, YOUNGYAKOV could get a very scary muter count, and this Zealot Prism is going to fly away. I actually think of the last year, Shin's been more interesting to watch than Rogue. I would agree with you in terms of build orders. I think Rogue has really clever late game, which is more interesting than Shin's, but Shin doesn't really play late game. Oh, watch out. The muters, can they find the prism? Oh, he gets it. Catches all 4 zealots as well. Very well done. Oh, and he finds a stray Archon. Big mistake for Creator. Creator's going to pay a big price for that. Oh, and he even had a backup wall in, but he isn't able to warp into either one of those. Muters on the right side. He's going to engage the Stalkers. I think he just realized this is a good fight for him. The Phoenix aren't there helping. The Roachling is in the base. Creator leaving that door open. If he had that Archon in that door, warped in a sentry, it's a totally different game. But now YOUNGYAKOV is trading really well. On the other side, the Roaches are finally getting cleaned up. They killed 16 workers. The Muters will pull out. As those last Roaches go down. 16 Muters have died, but he's killed 5 Phoenix, Void Ray, Prism. Lots of Archon, Stalkers, sentries. Creator has 4 bases, but only 60 workers. And YOUNGYAKOV, he's about to get 10 gas. He's got +2 flyer attacks going. And he doesn't even need anything else. I mean, he could build like a Baneling Nest if he's worried about a Zealot counter at some point, but I think just put everything into Muters and just keep trading, keep attacking different areas. Creator has to spread his units out so much to try and deal with this. The Muters are a bit spread there. It took him 2 volleys, even though he should have had enough Muters to one-shot a Stalker. Muters going here. Stalkers and Phoenix dancing around. 6th base on the right side. 28 more Zergans, 5 Muters, +2 melee, +2 flyer attacks. Muters. Oh, decent storm. Not a bad storm, but oh, he keeps fighting. Few of these Muters do go down, but you gotta be careful, man. The Phoenix count, as it grows, gets a lot of anti-muter firepower. It's just they're outnumbered 5-1 right now, which is why the Phoenix aren't all that scary. It's really hard to micro this for Creator because you got to keep your units spread across so many different areas. Like, his main base now is pretty vulnerable. I think he should leave an Archon in the natural and an Archon in the main and just fly his Phoenix around to track everything, but he's got to be really careful with his natural being wide open. He's building Stalkers right now. They're a decent multi-purpose unit, but he doesn't quite have Storm there. 5 energy away from Storm, and the Muters take it out before that energy can be made. 1 Oracle already falls. Good Storm on the Zerglings. But look at that. The Muters are going to go for the Archon, and they will take care of it with 2 shots. The Phoenix! Oh god, the Muters are on top of the Phoenix. It's a problem. Already 4 Phoenix go down just like that. And YOUNGYAKOV may have broken the back of Creator. Catching those Stalkers and High Templar on the outside of the wall off in the open. A single Side Storm could have pushed him away, but he didn't have the energy. 5 energy away, and Creator is going to be kicking himself. He probably thought that High Templar had enough energy, but there's just so much to keep track of. Goes across with the Immortals and the Oracles to try and force a reaction, but he's now bringing them home, now sending them forwards again. Stalkers are just no match for these Mutalisks. This is an excellent, excellent game for YOUNGYAKOV. I really like the way he kind of disguised what he was doing. Even though Creator did build some defense for Muters, he clearly didn't know for sure Mutalisks were coming. And then YOUNGYAKOV just found those trades really technically. All right, guys, going on to Taito, a big defensive map. I think Creator's really going to like this map. YOUNGYAKOV in the top left. I wonder, was it YOUNGYAKOV who picked the last map? Because it's kind of odd to be going White Rabbit into Taito. I guess it must have been. I think maybe just because it's not too long a rush distance and the Protoss bases are spread quite thin. But this map, the Protoss bases are pretty tight, and you've got this big kind of these obstacles blocking you. Yeah, the Zerg can break this, but even then that's a pretty narrow choke point. So 4 base Protoss, very hard to break into. And it's another map actually where I think Muters are a pretty decent choice on Taito, as they don't care too much about those ledges. I feel like Muters are nuts in this matchup. I never see them lose. Phoenix are the natural counter, but you just build 1 at a time. Versus building 12 Muters at a time, and they always get overrun. Yeah, well, if you actually know it's coming, you're meant to go 2 Stargate and a Fleet Beacon. Because that's the thing is, like, if you get up, say, 6+ Phoenix with range, if you get, like, say, 8 Phoenix with range, it's very easy to out-micro the Muters. But until you have range, the Phoenix counter the Muters pretty well. But it's not like a 3-1 is going to work, or 4-1, right? And until you have that upgrade, if you're just dripping them out 1 at a time the way Creator was, the Phoenix are like a support unit that need to be fighting with the help of things like Archons and stuff. Because the mutas can clump up and just overwhelm, turn quickly when the Phoenix are chasing them. And unless you have instant reactions, which no one has, especially with all the multitasking, because the Ling Roach is going to run in elsewhere and all sorts of things are going to be happening that you need to manage. The mutas can turn around and volley them down. But if you've got Archons to fall back on, then the Archons are amazing on the ground. Cannons and Storms can also help zone things out. Storms are the least used because it's hard to have a High Templar with energy across all your bases, and they're such easy targets for the mutas to focus down. But it's all about surprise and momentum. And that's really, like, if you talk to Zergs, they'll say, well, okay, you can save up all this money and go mutas. And even if you hide it for a while, sometimes the Protoss can just run across the map and base trade and kill you, because mutas aren't that good at base trading. All right, guys, back into the game. Sorry about that. I just had a bit of a music snafu. Yeah, so basically it's all about momentum and building numbers. If you can catch your opponent off guard with Mutalisks, and if you have a bit of economic momentum, if you've had a smooth opening, so if you get early gases on the 4th, like Yakov, he wasn't really ahead of Creator. I would say it was a very close game, but I think the first Phoenix flying off and dying was pretty crucial. And then I think Creator left his door open on the natural was the losing moment in that game. Because there's going to be a moment, if you get up Storm in your army, and a decent Phoenix count, and a decent section of Archons, the mutas basically become near worthless. So he was getting closer to that point in that last game, but Creator left an opening. And at lower levels, you almost always leave an opening. It's very hard to defend the mutas. So for me, like, mutas are quite hard to deal with when I'm playing Protoss, unless I scout them quite early. But it's pretty good. It's all about when the mutas get scouted and the economy beforehand, says JSL. Yep, 100%. 100%. It's all about the setup. Mutas can snowball into being the most useless unit on the field or into the most unbeatable. YOUNGYAKOV is like, what's happening, dude? And it's going to be Oracle into Void Ray again. Creator's going to do the exact same build probably every game in this matchup. Might mix in one timing in this best of 5, but especially if he feels he's the better player, he'll do this. 2 Adepts and an Oracle on the other side. How quickly do you think YOUNGYAKOV can get a 4th up? Probably not too early, because Creator's going to have a Void Ray and 2 to 3 Oracles running around. Oh, quick lair. Okay, do you guys think this is a Nidus Queen Zergling all-in? Or is it a Hydraling all-in? I think it's probably Nidus Queen. Zergling's doing pretty nicely. Third and 4th gas on the natural. Second gas has gone down. I think a 55 drone Hydra timing is something that's hard for Creator to defend, but I wouldn't really be opting for it on this map, because this map's just quite a long distance and a bit hard to push across. And yet his worker count seems too high for a Nidus Swarm. Wouldn't it be crazy if he just went straight Spire here? Oracle's coming in. They get rid of a Creep Tumor, do the Adapts. Cancel on the Shade. Void Ray comes in from the north. Gets himself a drone. Well played. It is a Hydra Den. Okay, so YOUNGYAKOV, yeah, YOUNGYAKOV is going to do a 5-gas Hydra timing. Probably about 55, 60 workers. Oh, wait. Whoa. He's already going Infestation Pit. But what the hell, guys? Is he going to go 3-base Lurker? 5? I don't like this strategy at all. I think you need the 4th base gas. I think if you're going to do a Lurker Rush, just do a Lairtech Lurker Rush on 3-base. Don't even bother with the Infestation and the Hive. Just do 8-range Lurkers, but because he's got triple Oracles, he has an abundance of detection. It's kind of hard to make this work. YOUNGYAKOV has a very tricksy build. Is he going to immediately start a Hive? His Infestation Pit's just finished. Got 200 minerals and 50 gas. Use up a few more Hydras instead. Starts a 4th base. He does start a Hive. 5 minutes 49 Hive. That 4th base is going to get cancelled. And actually, it's a Templar Archives this game. So charge Templar Archives. Change up from Creator, guys. Creator's gone the Void Ray Triple Oracle, but he's changing his style to Storm Charge. Interesting. Going to try and go out this side. That drone can get sniped, but the Ling Hydra does protect. Okay, very nicely done. Oracles do save the Adept as well. Lurkerden and Evo Chamber are both on the way. Second Hydra upgrade coming in. All right, so YOUNGYAKOV's just going very fast, like high tier. And there is a Warp Prism on the way and a Robo Bay. What is this is such a unique matchup of playstyles, isn't it, guys? We don't see this very much. Like, we used to see a lot of Archon Disruptor, Archon Zealot Disruptor. We don't really see Disruptors as much against Zerg, even though they're still perfectly fine against Hydras and Lurkers. The interaction hasn't really changed that much. They do shoot a little bit faster, but they do cost 4 supply. Oh, the Adepts getting jumped on. Can they shade to safety? Nope, they can shade into the Hydras. Adepts coming on the right as well. Creator's being very annoying. Just little pinpricks of harassment. And as always, guys, it's 7 minutes and Creator has no army. This is a Creator game. 1 Oracle, 3 Zealots here. He has 1 Archon, 2 Zealots, and 2 Oracles. This is just the Creator setup. Any other Protoss would rush to an actual good standing army. But Creator just has these little pinprick, little Adepts here, Adepts there, Oracles here, Oracles there, Stasis Traps. And he has all these little extra annoying things. And he's got a great economy as well. And I would never have confidence defending with this sort of setup, because I'd just be like, what is this army, man? Like, it doesn't, like, your army barely exists. But he's like, nah, I'm confident with this. Now, he's going to go double Robo Colossus, which against fast Lurkers is horrendous. He doesn't realize this is fast Lurkers. He's like, your 4th is a little bit late. Yeah, we'll see what's happening, you know? I feel like I'm in a good spot. I think I've got a time to get my Colossus up before your Hive's done. A single Viper would be amazing for Yakov. I do love that his 4th base gases are immediately saturated, which is the most important thing. Frenzy's on the way, as well as Adaptive Talons for the Lurkers. We'll give them... Reduce the time Lurkers take to burrow from 2 seconds to about half of that, guys. Just over half of that. Gases on the 4th for Creator. No Psystorm for him, though. Can have a decent Colossus Archon army. Not the best against Lurkers, though. Oh my. Does Creator see what he's up against? Okay, he's going to get hit by some Lurkers here. Oof. Big Zealot warping in the main. Ah, it's a problem. It's a real problem for Yakov, but he's got a few Lings and Hydras popping. Zerglings run into a stasis. He's moving his Lurkers forward. Lurkers really hard to deal with at this stage. The Archon up front gets surrounded by the Ling Hydra, but Colossus going to come forward and shred those Zerglings. Zealots in the main finally getting cleared up. Looks like the Prism did go down, guys, but the Zealots take out the Queen. They're going to start clearing the Spine in the 3rd base. Yakov's cleaning stuff up at home, though. Dude, Yakov is in a really powerful position. I mean, you're going to have to just man mode this. I think if Creator spreads some Colossus and Zealots up to the right side, that'd be great, because he wants to come in from multiple angles. If he had a Zealot flank, that would be excellent, but they're coming in a bit late on the flank, which means these units take some big Lurker splashies. He's going to try and engage now, but he actually... I think he should have committed there. Guys, Creator backs out of it. He should have kept going, surely, right? But he's a bit too clumped. Is he going to give this base up? He's going to give the base up. Or he's going to go around with these units and counterattack, but it's a bit too slow to be making that decision now. It's a really good fight for Yakov. And if Yakov can start making some Lurkers at home... Oh, he's going to keep pushing. Yakov doesn't realize that the Creator's going around. Yakov might be screwing this up. Yakov should have already changed his rally point to home and just continue with half of this army. Half this army needs to continue pressing because Creator does not have an answer. He's got a few units, so Yakov can't get caught unburrowed or anything like that. But he's got to keep doing damage, really punish Creator for taking so long to go for the counterattack. There's a Viper and a few Lurkers building here at home. They're not ready just yet, and this army is very scary for pure Hydra Zergling to face. The Hydra's fighting pretty well here. He's focusing the Immortal, which is a crazy choice. Yakov, no, not watching the Hydras. You do not want to target fire enemy units when you're not watching. Hydras and Lurkers jump in. He kills 2 of the Colossus. The Lurkers should be able to defend this naturally. He's only lost 4 drones, but his base down there is a bit exposed. These Hydras chase too far to the left. The Lurkers, though, doing really good damage, but that leaves the Lurkers undefended at home. Can he jump on this army to at least punish Creator on his side of the map? I think the answer is probably yes. The Lurkers, and they do take out all these Immortals and Colossus. 5 base still up for Zerg, only 3 for Protoss. Protoss has a good work account, but needs to be rebuilding the base and stabilizing. Decent amount of Archon Zealot to clear the Hydra Zergling, and a few Disruptors to clear the Lurkers. The problem is always going to be how do you defend both sides, especially if Yakov could run a Lurker in here and burrow it behind this base while attacking up there. I mean, God forbid, if he got a drop in with 2 Lurkers in the main and the natural, Creator would be dead. He doesn't have the economy to defend that. He's going to try and pressure Yakov, so Yakov doesn't really have time to do this stuff. And if Creator can put him on the defensive and then buy himself time, that could be great. And you see, he does pull Yakov's army home. Yakov sees this. Archon Zealot coming in. Disruptor goes north. Good abduct. Oh, good second abduct. Viper's very good against disruptors. That's going to be Creator's signal to make Psystorm. Oh, the Lurker's jumping on top. A bunch of the Lurkers do go down. And a ball from the right side. But Creator losing so many units that I don't think Yakov matters, because the start of that fight was so good clearing the disruptors and canceling their shots. Can you beat disruptors without Vipers? Absolutely. But it's a lot harder. That Viper coming in and abducting the two is just absolutely brilliant. Without Psystorm ready, I think Creator's now deep in the dumps. Sees the, oh, he's just going to click on the High Templar. He just lunges forward, clicks on the High Templar, takes a lot of Hydra losses. Was that a bit too cocky? Maybe. Kills the next High Templar. A lot of the Lurkers have gone down. Just one Lurker remaining. He unburrows it and marches it forwards. A crazy move for Yakov, showing supreme confidence. I cannot believe this, guys. I really thought Creator was a favorite in this game, and as much as I was cheering Yakov at the start, just because it would be cool to see, you know, an up-and-comer, cool to see a Zerg player qualify, I did not expect him to be up 2-0 in this best of 5. This is kind of nuts. Oh, right, guys, we've got Creator in the bottom right side of the map. YOUNGYAKOV in the top left side. We are going to see that pylon go down as well. All right, so down 0-2. This is where, do you do a timing attack? Do you put the pressure on your opponent as Creator? Does Creator just say, no, just do what I'm doing, but do it better? I do think he really severely lacked scouting in that last game. He had no idea that was such a fast hive lurk attack. And Colossus are not terrible there, but he needed to go out into the middle of the map and meet that army before it got to his base. So what he actually should have done is broken the rocks himself, moved into the middle, and never let YOUNGYAKOV get to his base with the siege, because Ling Hydra cannot push through Colossus. So as long as you're in the middle of the map, yeah, you can inch his lurkers forward, but if you greet him, say you're Creator here, you're defending this 4-base setup, you want to meet the lurkers out here and actually stop them from even moving forward. So they've got to inch their lurkers forward one step at a time, and you're picking them off the whole way. And that's going to buy you plenty of time to add Immortal, Storm, and then eventually you can go up to, you know, Tempest Mothership stuff afterwards if you want to. SC2 is a child game. No skill, just F2 A-click, cartoon graphic for a little baby scared of Brood War. How you doing, Play Money Crusher? It's one of my favorite copy pastas, that one. Hope you're having a good day, mate. So dumb, that one. F2A move game. Little baby's afraid. Ooh, I can't put multiple buildings on a control group. I need to actually click them. Stupid baby game with cartoon graphics. My man. Nice harassment here. Yakov's getting bullied off that patch, but hopefully he fixes that now. As long as this guy goes there, and there we go, fixes it. Nice attention to detail for Yakov. Creator's got Gateway Cybercore. Just going to chrono a Stalker first this time. So it looks like probably Stalker Oracle, I would imagine, is the play. Where is that Stargate, though? He makes Warp Gate. Is he going to go 3-gate before tech? What is this? Okay, it is Twilight. He just delays the Twilight a little bit. The Stalker hides itself. So he wants the Overlord to come deep, because right now there's a pillar the Overlord can hide on. So he's hiding his Stalker in the back, and he's like, please come into my base. And once the Overlord gets to like here, he can snipe it. Problem is, if it gets there, it will spot your Twilight Council. So not the... Ooh, but it's a bit out there. Zergling's going to try to run past to distract. I think the Overlord survives, to be fair. Creator kind of baits the Zerglings in as well. Like, yeah, they'll get a full scout, but if you lose the Overlord as well, that's really bad. Overlord survives, just barely. Gets that guy, and all 4 Zerglings go down. Now, I mean, I don't think this is the worst for Yakov. You know it's a Robo Twilight. This is a big change up from the previous games. The question is, guys, Dark Shrine or Glaive Adept? Dark Shrine. We've been seeing a lot more Dark Shrine recently. Now, I hate this Dark Shrine positioning personally, because it's so close to the pylon. I always think you want to build right next to the pylon or as far away from the pylon so you've got space to build in between. Otherwise, you've just got this little dead area. Not the end of the world, just a small tidbit. Now, I would often previously just hard counter Glaive Adepts and assume it's not Dark Templar, because Dark Templar was so unpopular. We'll see what happens. Rotron goes down as well as the second gas. Not super fast though, so this is not the Ravager Ling response. The 3 Ravager Mass Zergling response to Glaive Adepts is quite powerful. This is a 4-gate 4-gas. This is an old school version of this build from Creator. 1 Adept, 1 Stalker. I think he's hitting it pretty well. Builds a pylon there. Does he need 1 more pylon? I don't think so. I think you can warp in 4 Adepts off this and be good. Sends an Adept out to kind of pretend he's going for the 3rd. Could have moved the Stalker over, but he's a bit slow to do so, which means this is delaying his warp in. All right, Overlord goes down. That does delay his warp in, though, because you can see all 4 warp gates are done now. Could already be warping in. So it's going to be about a 438 warp in, 437. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not the crispiest. And it's going to go for that 3rd. That Spore Crawler is going to be ready just in time, I believe. Oh, he's actually going straight Archon. He's assuming YOUNGYAKOV is going to have the detection and be safe. And YOUNGYAKOV does have 2 spores coming up just in time. 7 roaches are building. Try a little bit of a hitch there in the game. Lings are going to go for the counter attack to cancel the 3rd. That's a good call. Prism takes big damage. But 1 queen's already gone down. He missed the transfuse on that. Where's the transfuses? YOUNGYAKOV, what are we doing, bro? He's already had multiple queens go down while having transfuses available. Lings are going to go for the natural. That's big. Oh, he should attack the Stalker. Stalker could go down, man. He's going to go for the 3rd, but there's a DT, a battery, and an Adept. Can't do anything. So YOUNGYAKOV has taken some damage. 7 Zerglings, 2 Overlords, 2 Queens. These Archons are not done, man. He's going to pick off a Roach or 2. Just picks up, runs away. And Creator, he's got an Immortal, 2 more sentries on the way as well. If you guys remember, I think Creator's recent moment of greatness was 2022 when he played the GSL Grand Finals against Rogue. And everyone said Creator has no chance. Rogue's a god of this game. He's so good. And then it was actually one of the best ZvP finals we've seen in career in a long time. Creator was hitting him with crazy timing attacks. It was really, was it 2023? It might have been early 2023 actually. It was crazy timing attacks, like all sorts of just you know, waves he was hitting him with, 2 base immortals, all sorts of weird stuff. And Rogue was kind of hanging on for dear life, even though it ended up being a 4-2 in Rogue's favor. Everyone was predicting 4-0 at the start. And even a lot of the games Rogue won, it was like he would barely survive the attack timing. So I thought that was really cool. And I kind of like that Creator's under pressure here and he's going back to an old school play style. And looks like he's going to do an 8-gate Zealot Archon Immortal here. He's making DT Archons at home. This is a very hard attack to stop. Archon's still dancing around. 956 resources, 0 lost on the Protoss side of things. He's going to go 6 gases, so it's not an all-in. But look at this, another Immortal, another Sentry, charge finishing. Warp Prisms here. He's going to warp in, I think, just a few more Zealots. And this 4th base is toast. There's no way you keep the 4th alive. He does have a really quick Hive once again. Hive starting in about 6.5 minutes, but good luck defending that base against this army. And he's trying to bait him. He wants to trap him with force fields. Watch out, YOUNGYAKOV! Oh no! He gets baited. He cancels his hatchery to try and save his units. Good reaction by YOUNGYAKOV to cancel the 4th. He would have lost like 6 more roaches if that wasn't the case. But now Creator's going to push. That was a devious little bait there where he hides the sentries and baits the roaches down there and traps them. Very quick thinking for YOUNGYAKOV to cancel and save some of those roaches. Making a lot of roaches and hydras, but the Immortals so good against the roaches. The Archons wreck any clumped up units that run into the close range. Things on the right side, DTs and Zealots are still warping. It's still 3 base for Creator against 3 base for YOUNGYAKOV. But I think Protoss is a little bit happier on 3 base here than Zerg is. I think Zerg desperately needs gas when they're playing this style, because the Zerglings are nearly worthless with this style as a way to dump excess minerals, whereas the Zealots are legitimately decent units. They're good in the frontal fights, albeit not amazing, and they're actually amazing for counterattacks, even though they don't have any attack upgrades yet. Immortal Archon doing pretty well. No Forge just yet for Creator. Oh, the Roach Hydra's jumping on top. Watch out! He loses an Immortal! YOUNGYAKOV dives on top. He does. Creator saved the next Immortal, though, which was good. But he's getting jumped on, man. He's got a lot of Archons, though. Another Archon gets focused. YOUNGYAKOV playing really decisively right now. Those force fields have caused him a lot of trouble. 16 Roaches go down, but he got 2 Immortals and an Archon, which are valuable snipes. He's got to stop this Protoss army growing in power. Another force field traps 2 Roaches. Good push here for Creator. He's down about 20 army supply, but Roach Hydra It's not the best army for Zerg, and I think Yakov might need to run away, man. Oh, he's trying to stand his ground. The Queen's trying to help. Another clutch force field traps a bunch of Ravagers and a Hydra on the low ground. And Creator is taking an exceptional fight. Really well played in this game. The force fields, the Archon and the Mortal, the great micro. You need attack upgrades when you've got micro like this. Creator putting the pressure on for the Archon drop from the start of the game. And Yakov, maybe not experienced enough against these styles, these old school styles that you don't see as much on the ladder these days. And really take a very different style of build order to defend. Yakov, I thought, played pretty well, but these timings just hit like a brick, especially when you've had such an efficient early game. 3,000 resources out in the trading. Not enough Hydras to defend. He's actually going to kill a lot of units on this left side. But once the Archons close the gap and the Zealots get on top, those Hydras will drop. Creator is not going to go down without a fight. All right. What's up, ladies and gentlefolk? Creator in the top right side of the map. Yakov in the bottom left side of the map. It is a Zerg versus Protoss. And Yakov, whilst he's up 2 games, is now on a giant map. A map where some Zergs say they hate this against Protoss because it's too hard to push them, it's too long. I've heard Protoss players say they hate this match because the bases are quite spread out. That 4th base so hard to defend, whether it's out there or down here. I think it's a great map for Mutalisks, but because Yakov has already had a very, very successful map with Mutalisks, Creator should have that on his radar. I think Creator might either blind counter Mutas or scout really hard and prepare for it. We've seen like fast Mutas or fast Hive. Every single time. Oh, chat says, oh, we need predictions. All right, I'm going to tab out during this early game to make a prediction really quickly. 1 sec. Choose outcome for game 3. Creator 1 game 3. Let's go game 4. You guys have 1 minute. Get your predictions in. Sorry. There we go. Okie dokie. So yeah, I think for Yakov, a Nidus all-in would actually be a good choice here. Because you've teched really hard 3 games in a row. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't know. I really would love to see, especially if it's a Stargate opening. If it's not a Stargate opening, which I highly doubt, maybe play a bit different, play reactive. We'll see how we go. Imperial, thank you very much for the sub, mate. Appreciate you, dude. Flower Power, appreciate you as well. So far, pretty chilled out for Yakov. Just going to rally onto gas as these workers emerge. Oh, and he's going to take a very quick third. Interesting. You don't see this very much these days, a 20 supply third hatchery. Now with this, normally you delay the queen in the main. You build it from the natural first, drone up a bit more, and then build the queen. I usually like this against Terran if it's a player who's really annoying at blocking your third. I think this is a good opening against Clem. All right. Queen from the natural first, as we said. A few more drones coming out. He's going to start the Overlord nice and early, which I was surprised. I thought he'd delay that to like 27. And should be seeing the other queen in the main momentarily as well. There is an Adept getting chrono boosted so far. Creator did skip the scout this game, so he's done a very greedy build into Twilight Council. Ooh, okay. Queen in the main now starts up, bringing 29 supply. Third hatchery's already almost finished. Stalker coming out after the Adept. The Adept's just staying home to deny scouting. Surely he's not going to play Dark Templar again. I feel like it's going to be Glaive Adepts, right? 4-gate Glaives, maybe? Robo should be going down now. Robo builds there, okay. Overlord's very conservatively placed. It's quite far back. Third queen's on the way. Second one pops in the main. Ling speed started. Fully pulled off gas as Yakov. It is Glaives. Okay, it's going to be Glaives here for Creator. And he's already got that second gate building. He's going to chrono Glaives. Which means he's looking to hit probably about 4 minutes 40. Third gateway goes down. Let's pull the worker off each gas. You don't need a lot of gas for Adepts. And then we go that quick 4th gateway. He wants to be warping in these Adepts. Oh, he builds a shield battery. Creator paranoid, man. He's paranoid about being all in right now. That's going to slow down his warp prism. He is consciously saying, I will choose a little element of extra safety here. Now he starts that warp prism, chronos it as well. Warp gates will start transforming. Yakov has got a Roach Roar in second gas. He's aware it's not a Stargate build, so he's building the very necessary Roach tech. But I think walling off will also be big here. Can you wall off this one with 3 buildings, guys? I don't think so. I think there's still an opening. You'd need 2 Evos and a Spore Crawler. Prism's coming out. Adept's moving over to the 3rd base, but not able to clear the Zergling. Yakov should realize this has moved out now. He sees the Prism. He sees the wall off. And he should be very aware of what's happening. Spore on the 3rd's going up. He's building roaches. He's building a 5th queen. Few queens out here. He's going to need a lot of roaches. And the Zerglings, I think, should stay back. I think it should be queens on the front. And then roaches further forward. Yakov's got a 2nd queen in the main. He's still not sure if it's adepts. Or if the adepts are going to rotate into the main with that Prism. He does have 2 queens waiting for that Prism rotation, which is actually really smart. But his roach is a bit too slow to the party. Prism goes around the south side. As long as those queens stay in position. He's got 4 queens. Oh no, Creator, not like this. Creator, not like this. Creator doesn't know about those queens, man. Yakov's gonna come forward. Oh, he was hoping Creator would have started the siege. He was timing it. He was hoping Creator would have just started phasing into warp-in mode, and then he wouldn't have been able to pull away. The Creator hadn't quite started it. And I think Yakov went in at the correct timing. He just, you know, Creator was just a half a second, 1 second slower to start warping in than you would expect. And that's even from my point of view. If he waits too long, he lets him get the warp in off for free, and then he can get out. Wave Adept's shading away, picking off a few Zerglings, but that's a easily defended 3rd base. I mean, look at that. These 2 Adepts dancing around. Found 1 drone and 10 Zerglings, which is good, but Yakov is going for Lair Bailey Nest. Looks like he wants to go for Hydras. If you could squeeze a 4th in, that would really help out. Link's on the way. It doesn't look like Creator wants to do a follow-up timing of, say, like Glaive Adept Immortal. A few more gateways come down and a Robo Bay. The Lyo is here. Lyo, guys, it's like a goat dog, I guess. Do you guys think it's more dog or more goat? Because it's got like ram horns, but it doesn't have much else. Looks like he drops there, gets 1 more Zergling kill. Adept's getting ready to shade in the left side. A few Banes are morphing. Yakov looking a little bit paranoid. I think he thinks there might be an Immortal Adept timing coming. So he's trying to blindly prepare for that. His 4th base does now start. Creator happy to go to Blink Colossus. It looks like a Tasmanian Tiger, says chat. Oh! You think it's a bloody Thylacine? Yeah, Thylacine with 2 horns and some spikes on its back. Not a bad one. Not a bad move. Yeah, it's just got some... It's a devilish Thylacine. In real life, there's a type of deer that has fangs, but no horns. So a dog with horns doesn't seem too wild. Okay, this is crazy, guys. Look at what he just saw. He sees a Spire, but also there's melee, Bane Speed, Roach Speed, and a Hydroden. Yakov is trying to be tricky here. Is he being too tricky? He now starts an infestation pit because he realizes, oh, you've scouted everything. What does Yakov commit to? Hydra Lurker. He's going to go back to a normal Lurker game. Cancels the Spire. Okay. And you know what? No reaction. Because I'm not convinced Creator noticed the Spire. He's building a cannon in the natural, but no cannon in the main. And he did warp a few Stalkers in the natural, so maybe? I'm not convinced he believes mutas are coming, or even noticed. It's pronounced Yakov. Stress on Ya? Yakov? I don't know, man. I like Yakov. It sounds badass. Is it really my fault if I make his name sound better? Is that a human name, by the way? Yakov? Is it like Bob? Yakov. Here we go, guys. Stalker Sentry, Immortal Colossus moving down that north side. Depths are going to shade in. Ooh, here we go. Oh, okay. Yakov's going to find some damage, man. Yakov. Yakov is getting he's losing 6 drones. It's not good. 4 drones, hives on the way. He does have 7 lurkers, which can hold on for now. I think Yakov's got to be confident. He's got to send the roaches across for a counter while turtling with lurkers. But he's got to keep these lurkers supported on this left side. He needs all the lurkers over here. Down here, not on the high ground. He's a bit too afraid with these lurkers on top of the ramp, I think. You got to keep the army together. He runs in front of the army. Okay, now the lurkers are up there. These lurkers need to be a bit closer. Range starts, 2 Vipers on the way as well. But he's got to support those lurkers like I talked about. I think we want to have all the lurkers in a row here, if possible. Maybe sending the roaches across would be a bit too scary. Creator's only down 20 supply right now, and the Sentry Stalker Colossus is looking pretty good at chipping away at this. The Colossus actually outranged the lurkers by 1 right now as well, but the Sentry Stalker's got to be careful. These lurkers do good splash damage, even if they've only got 8 range. Ravager, Roach, Baneling trying to roll forward, but they're so outranged by this Stalker Colossus army. Just feels really awkward for Yakov to engage right now. These 3 lurkers, if they're on the low ground, would they have helped him? I don't know, maybe, maybe not, but now he has to abandon his 4th and pull back to the high ground. About 10 seconds till lurker range is done, guys. Of course, these show Heart of the Swarm time still on the right side. You can see that's ticking a bit faster than actual seconds. Roach Hydra. Gonna be here. Abducts. Abducts could be really good. The lurkers are burrowing. Where are those abducts? 2 Colossus get yoinked to D-Town. They go down very quickly. And he gets an Immortal as well. Good catch there for Yakov. Yakov's not in a bad spot, man. If he can get this gas mining and then pick off the next Colossus. The problem is, actually, does he have enough units to deal with the Stalkers? Creator almost looks like he's all in on Blink Stalkers right now. He's got 38 Blink Stalkers. He might be able to just fight the Roach Hydra head on. Yeah, you need lurkers everywhere. This 4th base looking a bit exposed. Oh, Creator might just use the momentum. Yakov has no map control right now. No map control at all. The spine's going down. These lurkers do now have 10 range. The prism does fall, though. The lurkers are shifting forwards. Creator really in his face. I think Yakov just needs to move 1 or 2 lurkers forward at a time. He's doing pretty well with that movement. The Stalkers have been good at fading away so far, and 4,000 resources positive trading. Yakov is now trapped in his corner of the map. Stargate's on the way, a few Immortals in charge as well. I normally don't change my pronunciation when people tell me stuff, but I've already been kind of flip-flopping. I've been saying Yakov, Yikikov. You know, I've been changing it, so I'm actually trying now. I'm like, oh, you know, Yakov. Sorry, I'll stop doing the dumb voice. It's much like Jacob in English. Right. It's like Jacob. Oh, I get you. Got to spread the lurkers across. I think if you could get some lurkers down here, Yakov could defend 5 base, but already Templar Archives, Fleet Beacon. Creator has a free pass to late game, and that's what he enjoys. You know, I always say Creator is quite turtly as a player, loves late game. I think he'd be doing a good one. Escape from Yakov? Yeah, it was a good game. Didn't they ruin it by being really greedy, though? Escape from Yakov? That's a game, right? It was based on playing ZvP against this guy. Tough game. Oh, nice little counter. On its own, though, this could get shut down. Oh, yeah, especially with this army already up here. Creator is the one guy who will split his army into 3 chunks. Like, who else does this, guys? Who else splits their army? And he's even got a rally that's separate. Creator's the only player who will just manage, like, unlimited sets of units on the map. It's why sometimes he crushes by controlling the map so well, and other times he crumbles because he's just got too many things to look at once, and he just can't keep up with everything. No one can. But right now he's doing a really good job of setting this up. The Stalkers behind can be really annoying. And he's using the mobility quite well. And this is a great way to trade these Stalkers off. So you're not just throwing them away. You're purposely moving around, using their mobility, finding weak spots, and just saying, look, I want to replace these with better units, but I want to do it efficiently. And look at that. He could focus a Lurker. He could get the Spire, which he's going to get now. Abducting Stalkers never feels good as a Zerg. He's going to deny this top left is Yakov. And these Stalkers are taking a big damage, man. Here we go. Ooh, a couple Lurkers got caught in the middle by the stasis. A few others got already shot down. How many Lurkers have died this game? 10. 10 already. 2 more just go down, guys. That's 12 Lurkers now. Wow. Lots more making. Spires on the way. I mean, I think Yakov is playing a very good late game. But Protoss usually favored here a little bit. This is a better map for Zerg, though, because if you split your army up, there are many angles to hit. But look, there's a backup High Templar. There's cannons and batteries trying to go down everywhere. These Stalkers are getting pushed away from the middle, though. going to pull his whole army together. Oh, watch out for Mama. Mama wants to drop that bubble. She wants to time warp these lurkers and then flank in from the left, I think, and jump on it. Creator really spreading his army out very nicely. Lurkers coming forward. Ooh! Gets a few good storms. Nice abduct on one of the Immortals, but the Lurker's eating big damage. He should have moved out of that. Oh, the Hydra's trying to run forward. He sees the Mothership, and he doesn't have any anti-air here. So he's got to build pure Corruptor right now, and he's got to back away a little bit. 7 Corruptors on the way. +3 ground range attack. No armor upgrades just yet for YOUNGYAKOV. Alright, these units come there. Lurker Hydra defending pretty well in the middle. But it's this bottom side where he's wide open, Spire's exposed. This is a good move for Creator. Because Lurkers can't really push in for a base trade very fast. He snipes that. Doesn't go for the Spire. And now Creator's actually going to pull home. Was that worth it, getting that hatchery? Well, he hasn't lost any bases in return. If he can clean this up quickly enough, maybe. The Lurker's doing okay up there. And it's time to run. Time to run, YOUNGYAKOV. Time to get out of there, bro. But he's going to leave it as a distraction. Let those units stay there as long as they can. Shoves the middle. Now he gets rid of one of Creator's bases. It's not cheap. He does still have a Lurker up there, and it's still attacking that Nexus, which is great. Hydras do lunge forward. He's going to start taking out some of these Tempests with the Abducts. The Corruptors, not in massive numbers, but enough to take care of those Tempests at least, which is a good trade. The ground army's going to go for a counterattack. Creator now in chaos. I got to say, I thought Creator had this one in the bag, guys. I thought he was getting in a really unstoppable position. But the Tempests have now gone down. The Hydra Lurker's still in the front. He finally goes back for the counterattack again, which I think he probably could have committed to earlier. The Lurkers are on top of his third. His fourth is dying. Dude, Creator needs massive damage on the other side of the map. And there's 3 Lurkers in the south. Those Lurkers are going to be hard to deal with. The mass Lurker Corruptor there doing pretty well. YOUNGYAKOV's got to try to run his Overlords away and maybe not lose too many drones, because he's got about 30 drones on this third that are all dying right now. He's trying to come home now. A couple storms go down. Nice transfuses from the Queen. The Immortals and the Storms do manage to clear that one out. Units lost are very even between the two sides. YOUNGYAKOV playing an impressive macro game right now. He just needs one game. If he could win this, he's actually going to be a surprise qualifier for PiGFest, which would be absolutely massive. Mama's going to go down. The Lurkers, though. No, the Lurker's getting Time Warp Stormed. The drone's engaging on top of the Immortal High Templar, but his Lurker's getting ravaged by that Time Warp, and so many drones just went down. There's still Lings on this side. I love this Lurker over here. That Lurker's god tier, man. The Immortal's just like, ow, spikes up my butt. Where are they coming from? Hatchery in the bottom right side will go down as well, though. This is a really messy game on all sides, man. So many probes going down. But still 45 alive against just 31. YOUNGYAKOV does unzip his fly, starts to pee, but he breaks off midstream, something that is not advisable, guys. Our PE teacher and health class, you know, he always said, don't break it off midstream. It's not good for you. I don't think that was part of the curriculum. I think he was just trying to give us some advice. He said, you know, it's bad. Break it off midstream. You got to clear things out. It's better. You got to let it go. I was like, I don't know if that's a real thing. Is that a health thing? And he's like, doesn't feel good. And I was like, well, it definitely doesn't feel good. That's for sure. Anyways, Zealot's up there. New base is up for Creator. YOUNGYAKOV still has this base, which is not bad, but he needs a freshie. He's going to go for a fresh base over there. What can he do to mess with Creator right now? Creator's going to retake this base, which makes sense because he's got cannon battery up there. Clears the Lurker out. Bottom side, he's got a few High Templar, a few Immortals, a few Stalkers. He's still got plenty of Storms, which I think makes it really hard to push into Creator. The Nexus is off 1x. Oh, this guy? Yeah. I don't think that really affects too much. Slightly inefficient mining for Creator. This is a good map for keeping the game messy, and as chat's saying, YOUNGYAKOV's done a great job of doing that. But now he's only on 39 drones. I think the drone surround down here was a big mistake, and leaving these drones sitting here. It's so hard in these messy spots, but if he'd just run a few more drones away, imagine if he had 75 workers still, or 70 workers even, and he could just retake 2 bases and be in a good spot. Now he's going to shove for an all-in, just leaving 3 Lurkers at home. Lurkers are doing some damage to the Archons. He pulls home, though. He's got to be decisive. Well, he's going to try and jump on top of these High Templar. Well, he's going to try. There's storms to cover this. And 2 Archons. And this army should push the other side. You see the whole Zerg army is desperately trying to jump on this side. These guys need to group up, recall out of there, drop the Storm and go. Oh, he does lose 1 Archon on the Stalker. Not to mention the High Templar get focused before the recall completes. But on the other side, he's going to shove the middle base. 7 drones, 3 lurkers get busted. Beautiful move. As long as he keeps this army alive, he created in an amazing spot, and I think he's in a good spot. I think these guys should still get out of here. That Archon and Stalker will waddle forwards and die, as will the Observers go down. Still a decent army for Yakov, but as time goes on, the economy's catching back up for Creator. Yakov, he's getting jumped on now. The Corruptors have no purpose. Part of his army supply is not really that useful anymore. It's just for killing Observers, which is useful. He abducts an Immortal and an Observer. Great call, but guess what? He's out of position, and this army is all over him. The immobility of Lurkers is hurting. The ability to, of course, mix in those Archons, one of the most cost-efficient units to mix into these scrappy games. If he gets a bit more gas, he can make a few more Archons to help out Ken Creator. I do like the Lurker harass up here, but look at that Speed Observer. A couple Stalkers are already on the business. Good energy recharge the High Templar. Good defense. Very good defense. I think Yakov's kind of, he's at wit's end. He's like, do I all in? Do I do this? Do I do that? He's got to go for the production if he wants to just win with a big all in. That's really hard to do. Because the thing about siege units is you want to be forcing a fight, but you can't force a fight. They're a siege unit. You set up and they go around. So you got to go set up on their base, but that means you're wide open to the base trade. And look at this little army. That army's very hard. But oh, big abducts, but also massive Size Storm. Both sides take crazy damage there. That Size Storm did full damage to a bunch of Lurkers and a few Hydras. And he gets another one off with an energy recharge. That little force there just bought him so much time. Still using Observers to try and reveal these Lurkers, but just such a big advantage on the ground. And I think Creator might be dragging this one back from down 0-2, guys. It's something we've seen so many times over the years as the veteran player with all that tournament experience, a decade more. He's been at the top a decade longer than Yakov has. And that comes in with a lot of experience in these high-pressure situations. Yakov's putting up a really impressive fight, but he might be a bit demotivated going from up 2-0 to 2-2, which is it looks like this game's going there. He's got nothing at home to defend. His Vipers went and got some energy. Luckily, they escaped without getting feedback. Creator wasn't watching. Lurkers and Hydras coming forwards. And those Immortals are going back. Lurker Hydra moving over here as well. Yakov with no income. He's going to deny Creator's last bit of income. Nice abduct on that Archon. Get some good damage on it, but he has to use a second Archon to try and finish it off. He's just got no units. And look at the surround. Look at the surround. Absolutely deadly. And Creator is going to have to tie this series up 2-2. Is he going to be able to complete the comeback? All right, guys. Creator in the top right side of the map. Is he going to make the comeback complete? Yakov in the bottom left side of the map as well. It's going to be bloody exciting, mate. Apparently, there is a Luli Cup playoffs this weekend, says Potato. Oh, is it a big Luli Cup, is it? Are they doing a big several $1,000 one? So I thought Luli Cup was not, they were just doing the weekly, like one-day tournaments. I didn't realize. Oh, okay. So people are saying apparently there's going to be like a Maru Protoss against Clem's, Maru's Terran against Clem's Protoss this weekend. Cool. Oh, you guys link me the bracket after this or let me know. Is it like a week-long tournament? 2 weeks? And what's the prize pool for it? I'll definitely be tuning into that. That sounds fun. Hopefully I can get the replays as well. All right, guys. Hiding it in the back. Oh, Creator wants to hide his tech. I think it's just Stargate. I don't think he's going Twilight or anything like that, but we'll find out. Be crazy if he does the Forge first that Hero popularized. Hero takes one map off Serral with Forge first. And then all the Protoss players have been copying it since then. Most of them not having anywhere near his results with it, of course. Oh my gosh. Warp Gate into Stargate. It's a fake non-Stargate build, guys. Look at that. He starts Warp Gate on time, but that doesn't tell you anything because there was no scout for Creator. So Yakov should know, well, if you don't scout, this could be anything. This could be Stargate, it could be Twilight, you do not know. Creator doing a good job of hiding that, and he's going to go Stalker and try to hide that away from the Overlord. Apparently, the Aluli Cup is a 10k prize pool, and it's currently in the round of 8. Wait, really? How many Chinese tournaments are there, guys? We did the $50,000 Thunderfire, then the $22,000 Rongyi Cup, and now you've got a 10k Luli Cup? What? That's crazy. I didn't even hear about this one, man. So I heard people the other day were like, oh, Luli Cup's on. I was like, oh, that's cool. Surprised there's so many people casting like a $400 weekly, but that's cool. I didn't realize there's a 10k. So hard to keep up with everything in StarCraft, man. Even I don't realize some of these events going on. They are held mostly while I'm asleep, so I do have an excuse. Squawk roller trick, very nice. Good pull away, nice micro. That was really good handling for Yakov. I've seen so many players losing workers to this sort of stuff lately, but he did not. You know what, guys? He's gambled on the double Overlord. One on the pillar at the front, one goes in for the sacrifice to scout the tech. And he's going to go pretty quick Roach Warren and Lair, which is not optimal against Oracle opening, but luckily he sees it now. Okay, guys, we're on Yakov's camera. He sees the Stargate. Is he going to react? His third base is super late. He's doing a 2-base Roach opening. He cancels the Roach Warren. I think he's just going to go straight Hydra Den here. You know what? This is not bad, but he's got to guard his mineral line. If there was a Void Ray, it would have got 2 Overlord kills, which would have sucked for him.
Under attack.
I think this is all right. Got to get in that mineral line, though. That Oracle's got to be coming around the left anytime now. Actually, no, the Oracle's just chilling at home. Never mind. And he moves it away before killing the Overlord. Okay, Creator, a little sloppy. I guess he's antsy to go do damage, but now he sends it back, realizing, wait, I didn't kill it. A little bit sloppy, Creator. Twilight Council into a few more gateways. Looks like a Blink build for Creator. Looks like a much more standard Oracle into Blink. Oh, look, there's already a Hydra Den on the way. Ooh, Yakov with a 2-base build order. This is so cool. Sorry I wasn't paying attention to his build order as much, guys. So he's done a really smooth 2-base 4-queen opening. I think it was a 15-15 opening, maybe even. And he's going to go into very quick Hydras. And he could still drone up behind that because it's not like Creators ahead in economy. The 2-base droning was very quick. Oh, he doesn't have many units to defend, though. Luckily, 12 Zerglings are going to pop just in time. What? Why would you build an infestation this early on 3 gas? That makes no sense. I get you're enjoying your fast hive builds, Yakov, but that's crazy, right, guys? I'm about to either learn something or I'm about to talk some smack on Yakov's build. I don't think he has the gas to support that. I don't think there's any way an infestation pit makes sense this early before getting the gases up on the 3rd, but we'll see what he can pull off. Ling's going for the surround here. A couple of drones do get focused down. 3 drones. Can he get number 4? Creator gets 4 drones and shades 2 Adepts away. Not bad. But Hydras are coming against Glaive Adepts? 6k Glaive Adepts. Yakov sees it. Yakov sees the Adepts warping in the main and being hidden. He knows this is Glaives. You either mass Hydras or Banes right now. He doesn't have a Baneling S. I think he's just got to build nothing but Hydra Ling. He's going to make a lurk. And I don't know if he realizes. I don't know if he realizes this is a Glaive Adept timing, man, because it's so late for that. It seems to not even be registering. He's droning, taking gases, going Lurkatan. Oh, no. I mean, it's only 9 Adepts. Okay, it's not as many as I thought. I thought this would be like 15 Adepts, but I think because it got scouted, Creator backed out of it. And because he was supply blocked on 94. Creator was supply blocked, so instead he goes Forged Templar. I think he kills Yakov if he just commits to this. I think because he panicked because it was scouted, got supply blocked, and what should be 15 Adepts is only 9. A big mistake here for Creator. Yakov might be getting off the hook here. The Adepts are going to go for it. Nope, cancels. And Yakov getting away with an insane 6 in a minute, 6 minutes 30 hive. Wow, Yakov gets away with murder here. Creator is going to be kicking himself. He might have overthought it and thought, oh, you've scouted it. It's not going to work. Don't build more Adepts. It was either that or the supply block. I don't know which one made up his mind. He's going to go Storm and Blink behind this. Blink, not necessary. Honestly, I think Charge and Immortals are the most important thing, but he doesn't have a Robo right now, Creator. He's going to find the 4th base. Should cancel that. It's a free 4th. Creator not canceling the 4th base. What the hell? Did you guys just see what I just witnessed? Creator, do not choke, mate. I think he thinks he's getting all in because the 4th is so late. So he's building a cannon at home. He's making a Robo. Why is he letting the 4th go up, guys? Oracles do come home. I've almost finished. 2 more hatcheries are building 4th and 5th base. Evo chambers finally going down at 7.5 minutes. 12 more drones are building as well. Trying to respread some creep. He's been stuck in his corner for the most of this game. Lurker Rangers on the way, and I think it's go time for YOUNGYAKOV. If you can go push, he's got a few storms. Not much else. Not much energy either. These Stalkers need to buy time for Creator. I like the army split for Creator, keeping him penned in though. I think Creator has missed some big opportunities in this map. He's going to take the terrible fourth on the right side. I think this fourth is much better. I don't know about you guys. But I guess this way it spreads the Zerg out more, and if you're still on ground, you don't have air. That makes sense. If you got Tempest, obviously this is a much better base. But maybe if you're pre-Tempest, then it's quite decent. Lings go around the top side. Lurkerling Hydra coming forwards. Depths shading forwards. Just trying to keep him back here. You do want to cancel that. You don't want to throw these Adepts away, though. They're useful chaff later on when the big fights happen. Looks like the other stasis get set off. These Adepts, let this base survive, but hasn't been used. Oh, he cancels all but 2 Adepts. Just going to go in there and get, what, 3 or 4 drones? Not bad. 4 drones for 2 Adepts is decent. Depth of Talons is on the way. +1 range is now being made by Creator. Creator's got to get in front of this Lurker army, man. Where's his Stormers? Just using the Stalkers to try and harry this force. He doesn't want to get surrounded just yet. Stalker does go down. Adepts are trying to come back as well. He's a bit slow to move his High Templar forward. He kind of lets YOUNGYAKOV take position, and he uses a very deep defensive storm there. A bit of a panic storm. Where is High Templar, man? Finally, the High Templar come over for Creator, but he's let YOUNGYAKOV get position on him. I think he could have intercepted him out here with the High Templar and made this much harder. Creator moves forward. Nice storms for Creator. YOUNGYAKOV with the Hydra dive. He gets 1-2. Oh, okay, only one High Templar. Almost got 2 or 3, but the battery saved the day there. And the good pullback by Creator. Creator lands another good storm on those Lurkers. Dude, it's a desperate situation. There's so much Lurker Hydra here. And YOUNGYAKOV, oh, he takes a big storm to the chin. Okay, he dodges that one. The cannon is doing really well, but it's going to go down. Hydras are here. +1 range now kicking in. The Lurker spread. He's nice. These High Templar got to be careful, mate. Dude, he's actually going to push through this. He's actually pushing through YOUNGYAKOV with a 10-minute Lurker Hydra Ling timing, doing really well. The Lurker's dodging the storms now. He's getting a lot better against that as the series is going on. And Creator missing a clutch glaive Adept timing, I think, has really hurt him in this game. The Hydra's moving in right now. Creator, he's trying to build more Immortals, more Zealots, but he doesn't quite have the setup to deal with this. Maybe he should have counterattacked a bit earlier or something like that. I don't know. I think generally just letting YOUNGYAKOV get so deep so early was a problem, but oh, he needs more Revelation. These Lurkers on the south do big damage, but I don't think he has Revelation ready or he's not noticing. Those 2 Lurkers did big damage. He's not able to break out. The Zealots dying as they warp in behind the natural, getting cancelled. And YOUNGYAKOV doing very crisp tech builds. Still Creator under so much panic. He hasn't noticed this Lurker. He finally revelates it, but there's nothing there to kill it now. YOUNGYAKOV with a cool build order in the final game is going to join us as our final qualifier here for PiGFest. GG, well played.